we're gonna sit on the ground. If we drew a line across our pelvis, we're gonna have that front leg perpendicular to the pelvis, knee bent to 90. The back leg is going to be parallel to the pelvis, again, positioned at 90 degrees. We're gonna get our torso nice and upright. If you don't need hand support and you can hold yourself up, do it. I don't have the hip mobility to do that myself, so I'm gonna put my hand on the ground and try to push myself to being as vertical as possible. Now I'm gonna take a deep belly breath, and I'm gonna get really tense through my core. I'm gonna take my other hand, I'm gonna make a big fist, I'm gonna squeeze as hard as possible. We're trying to irradiate and get as much muscular activity around the body as possible. Next, we're gonna lean forward so that we're getting our chest over this front knee. Notice as I lean forward, I'm not dropping my chest down. I'm keeping my chest really tall. You'll notice a big difference between if you drop your chest down versus keeping your chest up. You'll feel that chest up position really deep inside that right hip, forward hip. Now, we're gonna hold this stretch for 2 minutes. After 2 minutes, we're gonna drive this knee down into the ground as hard as we can without moving our torso. So I'm pressing my knee all the way down to my ankle in the ground as hard as I can. Again, I'm gonna be irradiating out here. I'm gonna take 10 seconds to build up to pushing as hard as I can down into the ground. Then I'm gonna hold that max contraction for 10 seconds, and after that max contraction for 10 seconds, I'll then take 10 seconds to go down. So I'll do it like this. I'll push it at 10%, 20%, 30, 50, 70, 90. After about 10 seconds, I'm up to 100. I'm gonna maintain 100% tension for 10 seconds. And after about 10 seconds, I'm gonna start ramping it down to 80, 60, 40, 20, 10. Now without coming out of that position, I'm now gonna take my back heel. I'm not gonna move anything in my body, but I'm lifting this back heel up. I'll turn a little bit so you can see that. So I'm keeping in this stretch. Now I'm lifting that back heel up as hard as I can. I'm taking 10 seconds to ramp up to pulling as hard as I can. I'm gonna pull at 100% intensity for 10 seconds. Then after 10 seconds, I'm gonna ease on back down. Now the other alternative is to lift that entire leg up as well. That's a little bit harder version of that. After we're done with that sequence, we're gonna go back into this stretch. We're gonna spend another minute stretching. Then we're gonna do our push down again and our pull up one more time to finish off PAILS and rails in this 90-90 position to work on really opening up that hip mobility.